Hello, welcome everybody. Back, we are back here with the SAPI IP Business Talks, and a warm welcome to Asia today. We are in Singapore and in Australia, and it's good evening in that direction. And I'm very happy today that we have Rudina Pescante here with us from Singapore, partner executive. We have David Perkins, founder in Australia from Eureka, and we have Yetu, an IP strategist and specialist from IPOS in Singapore. We want to talk today about patent strategies on digital platforms. A quite interesting topic, but first of all, we should learn a little bit more about Rodina, and so please explain us how did you came into that strange niche, nerdy niche of IP, and there, what is your background and what is your career path which leads us here into the SAPI IP Business Talks?
Hi, Alex. Hello, everyone who is watching right now. It's a great pleasure and privilege to be invited to do this talk. So thank you for joining us and hope that you will learn something from this discussion. Okay, so I want to introduce myself first. So I am Rodina and Pescante, as mentioned by Alex, and I am a registered chemist. And ever since, I've been quite passionate about technologies, having worked in the chemistry field and IT field for a few years before I applied for a patent specialist job in the Philippines. Then I have been working for years there in the Philippines as a patent specialist. And then I moved to Singapore, and currently I'm based now in Singapore, and I handle prosecution of patent applications in ASEAN countries as well as in India. And I have also been involved in some patent litigation cases in some of these countries. And well, I have been looking for a good course to study intellectual property management. So I am very much happy to be able to study intellectual property management at the CP of the University of Strasbourg, under, of course, Professor Dr. Alexander Werser and Professor Thibaud Lilong. It has been a very, very good learning experience for me, and it's something that I can be, proud of for the rest of my life. So,
Thank you very much.
yeah, I'm very.
Yeah, it was a good half year and great fun. Rodina, we want to talk today a little bit about digital platforms and about IP, or especially patent strategies within there, and software patents. And you made your master thesis. You studied 2020-21. You made your master thesis about exploring the business models of Netflix and Disney Plus, and how they use patent strategies to ensure their customer focus, and how they face growth challenges over the time. And so explain us, what are the findings of your research?
I was working on this research project, and I was comparing the business models and patenting strategies of Netflix and Disney Plus. And specifically, there's patenting strategies in drawing customers and in preserving customer loyalty. Their patenting strategies and addressing customers' varied preferences and needs, and how the respective platforms, interact and address the various information provided by the customers to enhance customer experience. So this research project gives us a picture of how their patenting strategies are aligned with the respective business models to attain each of the company's objectives. So one of the main problems faced by Netflix and Disney Plus relates to technical issues to support their millions of users worldwide. So we know how difficult it is to maintain a strong platform that can handle millions of subscribers around the globe. especially that we're talking here about more than 100 million subscribers. Netflix, in fact, has more than 200 million subscribers. To be exact, 209 million subscribers. So it is very, very challenging indeed. So they have challenges not only in the quality of streaming and video services, but also in attracting more customers into their online streaming service. So, how to gain more subscribers worldwide, how to enhance customer experience, how to maintain customer loyalty, the strategies they use so that customers enjoy their experience with the streaming services that they offer. So we know that competition in this field is very stiff, right? So how to make their service more attractive than the services offered by other online streaming providers. So to address the various problems and challenges in online streaming services, both Netflix and Disney Plus have established vast digital patent portfolios. So these patents serve to like strengthen and sustain their competitive advantages in the platform field. So they have developed technologies that help their platform like perform at a level which supports and enhances customer experience. So in my study, I noticed that both of them use patents to support their respective online services. So both of them have very large patent portfolios. So both companies have established state-of-the-art technological inventions to support their respective services. So my findings show that Netflix has more sophisticated patents supporting its digital platform compared to Disney Plus. It has more state-of-the-art technologies in strengthening video and streaming qualities.
Can you? Yeah, exactly. That would be my question.
Yeah,
Could you give us so when you say they have a better patent portfolio about the customer experience, so I would say many in the audience, many people are confused. So how can you patent a customer experience? So can you give us an example for that, maybe from Netflix or Disney Plus to understand that better?
yeah. So one example that they have for patent, they have this like for example, they Netflix uses two different clouds such as Amazon Web Services and Open Connect. So the patents manage the back end and ensure improved performance by aiming towards efficient compression techniques. So for different instances and towards optimization of the resolution through its specialized algorithms, and they achieve also large scale streaming. So patents eliminate waiting time in processing videos, ensuring, for example, error-free installation of software updates, making it possible for users to view contents wherever they are. So it's one of the patents of Netflix. Yeah,
Yeah, okay, I got you. So at the end, what we see as a customer experience on that platform. So all of these suggestion engines, so that we get suggestions what we should look, and at the end that the streaming is working, that waiting time, switching, everything, the whole look and feel is technology based and is in so far patented.
correct. Yeah.
And can you explain a little bit the difference between Netflix, the strategy of Netflix and Disney?
Regarding the recommendation system, Netflix has a very sophisticated recommendation system.
Yeah,
Uh,
what I learned, by the way, what I learned is that the recommendation engine from Netflix is that good that they can predict with an 80% hit rate.
Correct.
They can predict what you will watch. I mean, that's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. So the most interesting one is the recommendation system. So both Netflix and Disney Plus have recommendation systems. However, Netflix has a very, very sophisticated one. So, for example, Netflix, 80% of the content streamed on Netflix is driven by analytics, specifically its recommendation system. So patterns which include machine learning, algorithms, analytics. So Netflix, the system captures users' data to know customers' preferences on movie shows to watch. So compared to Disney Plus, Netflix recommendation is quite advanced. So they have used like proprietary complex recommendation systems. So whenever a customer access the Netflix service, the recommendation systems strive to help customers find a show or movie to enjoy with minimal effort. So how do they do this? The system based it on customers' interactions with their service, such as customers' viewing history and how customers rated other titles, other members with similar tastes and preferences of their service, information about the titles, the genre, the categories, actors, the release year, and even the time of the day the customers watch. So you see the devices customers yeah, even the devices where customers are watching Netflix on and how long the customers watch. So all of these pieces of data are used as inputs that they process in their algorithms.
Yeah, and I mean that is directly correlated with the business model. So how can you generate these award-winning productions like House of Cards or whatever? At the end, it is that Netflix knows that much about the preferences from their customers, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah.
And so what they do is they patent the way how they collect data and how they process the data from the customers on the one side to improve the suggestion engine, to make it more enjoyable, so
Mm-mm.
that you feel that you have the feeling that Netflix understands really what you want to watch. And on the
Correct.
other hand, it makes them stronger to produce the content itself. I mean, that's also that they, like Disney, they are not just a streaming platform, they are a producer of content.
Correct. Correct. They have Netflix originals since 2012. They have been competing well with Disney Plus in this arena, like because they know that Disney Plus has a lot of very good blockbuster movies. So Netflix original, they have created Netflix originals as well. So right now, if we compare the content library, Netflix has like 15,000 titles compared to Disney Plus. It's only like around 7,000 the last time I checked. So
Okay.
Netflix is really competing well also in that area. Yeah.
I have a question from the chat. So, what you did when is an external research. So, were you in contact with Disney or Netflix about your research project?
I was not in contact with Netflix and Disney Plus. Yeah, but there are a lot of data that I was able to encounter online, which is quite reliable. So I just
Yeah.
gathered all the information. I did my research as well in the USPTO for the patents and other search engines like in EPO and other patent databases.
Yeah, because the question what Dr. Marotta has is, she asked, do you have a feeling about the question about the amount of know-how which is might be kept secret, and to which extent these companies use patents in terms of, uh, the assumption is that when you use a patent, you think that somebody might infringe that and you are able to enforce. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense to patent it. You would keep it secret. So, from your understanding of both portfolios, they are obviously no rookies. Yeah, I mean, that are the big boys which play a big boys game here. What is your understanding of infringement and situations of enforceability of this kind of patent portfolios, and to which extent you have the impression that there is pretty much know-how in the background which is obviously not presented in the patents?
Oh, actually, I have come across an article that there are a lot of patents filed by other parties that have been invalidated the due to the patents of Netflix and Disney Plus. So you see how Netflix, because they have been in the business for decades now, so they have already filed like almost all technologies that they can think of. So I don't think that maybe there may be some know-hows, but based on the portfolio that they have, it is very very vast. I don't think there are some know-hows that are not patented, because it's like after every month another patent, after a few months another patent in this area. So they're like continuously improving the technologies that they have with only very little changes, yeah, in the technology. And also, well, we're talking about more than 10,000 portfolio here, so it may not be, it will be very difficult for me to check everything, but
Yeah,
that's
of
that's
course.
what, yeah, yeah. Mm-mm.
I mean, but that means